formidable team they are. Now let's meet a young lady who'll soon be revealing her secret desire to the panel and to millions of viewers. Julia Ackroyd! Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, Julia, tell us all about yourself.
Right, my name's Julia Ackroyd. I'm a housewife from Cleckheaton in West Yorkshire. I'm married to Andrew, 2 children, Michelle who's 10 and Cameron who's 5, and one I'm not so sure about yet.
Oh! I didn't even notice. Just goes to show. Oh, you've got one on the way. Have you chosen a name? For a girl or a boy?
Yes, if it's little girl, it'll be Cassini, and if it's little boy, it'll be Donovan.
Oh, lovely. Unusual names.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband chose them.
Oh, well, lots and lots of luck with the baby, and good luck with our panel tonight. Off you go to the grill room. Julia Ackroyd!
Have a seat in the hot seat. This is the grill room. We'll be turning up the heat in just a moment as our panellists try to get to know you better and, of course, then work out your real secret desire. But just before that, a little surprise for you. So if you look at that screen over there, you'll see your friend Sandra, your sister Elaine, and your husband Andrew, and they gave us their views on you.
I once made a jam sandwich and I kept getting it wrong every single time. And the last time I made it, she smashed it in my face and it dribbled down my face, so I actually did it Julia lots of times.
She's very much into a health food thing at the moment, and she dislikes chips and things like that, anything that would give her spots.
Kids seem to like her because she's a bit of a idiot. She doesn't stick to rules and regulations as such.
She's very outgoing. She's got an incredible personality. She always wants to be the centre of attention. You know, her hair colour's different from week to week.
One day she was a gingery blonde. Next day I walked round corner house and she was black.
And she was dressed quite sexy. She likes to dress sexy and show her curves off.
Her favourite food, I would say, would be her homemade shepherd's pie. Because she makes shepherd's pie like nobody else can do.
She's not what you call a conventional mum.
We used to breed rats, which, I don't know, that was nothing else to do with me. I never really wanted the rats. They were totally and utterly Julia's idea. It just seemed to fit in with the whole personality of having a pet that nobody else would want, and that seems to have carried over into the snakes.
Rats and snakes, eh? And I get terrified when the budgie get out of his cage. Right, let's go on to the panel then, and we'll start the grilling with Claire.
Hello, Julia.
Hello.
I must say, speaking as midwife, you look great.
Thank you.
Nice to know that we can look after each other as the need arises. But I must ask you, amid all these snakes and rats, do you ever mislay your husband? He seems a very obliging chap.
No, it doesn't have much say in it, really. I tend to just go out and get something and then say, oh, guess what followed me home, you know?
And he's quite obliging about it.
Well, he hasn't got much choice. He gets round it eventually. He gets over it, yeah.
Yes, you're a housewife now. What were you before you were a housewife?
Before I was a housewife, I was at school. I've always been a housewife. I got married very young when I had my little girl, and I can't remember being anything else apart from a housewife.
Nicholas.
One of the families said you were an unconventional mum, so what's very unconventional things that you've done as a mum?
It's not so much things I've done, but I want to be young as long as I possibly can be.
Oh, it's you who are unconventional.
I'm unconventional as a mum.
What frightens you most of all in all this world?
Earwigs. Earwigs. Yes, yeah. I don't know why they're put on this earth. There's no reason for them. They're so ugly and they're so crawly and they've got big pincers and they're no use whatsoever.
I think of people like that as well.
Why do you like drawing attention to yourself so much?
Because I'm shy. I'm not an extrovert at all. I'm very introverted and it's all a big cover-up. When I'm on my own, I'm scared to death. I'm a right little mouse. It's just a big cover-up. It really is.
So, panel, and you at home, the question is, what is Julia's real secret desire? First, Fluff, the fantasies.
Is it 1, to feed an alligator? Is it 2, to sing a sexy song in a bar? Or is it 3, to be a vampire? Or could it be 4, to play American football?
Well, it's a tough choice. No mention of earwigs there. Claire, which one?
This is a girl who goes against what everyone expects. Therefore, I think she would go for the 3rd. I think she'd like to be a vampire.
Michaela.
I think it's to sing a sexy song in a bar, actually.
Fair choice. Nicholas.
I think of the fact that she enjoys dressing up, she enjoys having a good time, she enjoys surprising or shocking people and doing something quite outrageous, and you'd make all your chums laugh if you dressed up as a vampire. So that's the way I go as well.
Right then, 2 for the vampire, 1 for the sexy song, but now, the moment of truth. Julia Ackroyd, please reveal your real secret desire.
Well, all the other 3 are quite appealing, but I'd like to be a vampire.
Now then, Julia's fantasy is definitely the spookiest secret desire we've ever had, but what we're going to do is add a few chills and surprises. And one of those surprises is right here now. Come on, Mum. What happened to you then?
I cut myself shaving.
Now, the gentleman in these bandages is Julia's husband, Andrew. You all right in there, Andrew?
Yeah, a bit warm.
Bit warm? Now, she doesn't know you're here, does she?
She certainly doesn't know.
And you know what you've got to do now, don't you?
Yes.
You've got to go off to your coffin, haven't you? Go on then. Off you go, Andrew. I can't wait to see Julia's face when she sees him.
Vampire, starring Julia Ackroyd. Our story begins way back in the mists of time, in the strange and eerie land of the undead. No, not Wolverhampton, Cleckheaton. In this land, there lurked by shadow of night something cold, evil, yet hauntingly beautiful. A vampire. Her name?
Julia Ackroyd.
Like all vampires worth their garlic salt, Julia had crimson talons. And a wicked laugh. Wickeder than that. But as you can see, there were a couple of things that Julia did not have. The vampire cloak and the vampire's fangs. Where are your fangs and cloak, Julia?
Don't know.
Well, go, Julia. Go to the stones and they will help you. Read the message upon the stones.
To find my fiendish vampire fangs, into my mouth place your hand.
Now open the box and you'll find them beneath. Slip them in your vampire's teeth. Now read the message writ beneath.
Next you must find your vampire cloak. It is perched atop the blasted oak.
Go, Julia. Go to the blasted oak and put upon your vampire's cloak. Julia, you are not alone in this haunted acre. Don't look now. Here's Cheryl Baker.
Who had invaded our graveyard? Oh, it's Dracula. That's me. Listen, I'm glad you're here. Come with me.
Thank you.
We're going to have a party. Are you ready for a rave in the grave?
Yep, go on.
Brilliant. I'm glad. And there's my old mate Frank. Look, here he comes. He's Hello. Come on, Frank. Come next Dracula. Frank,
Yes?
you're looking a bit peaky.
I know. I really must stop bolting my foot.
Don't be a pain in the neck, Frank.
Julia, I mean Dracula.
What?
We've got some more ghoulish fins for you to meet. Let's go and fin one now.
Come on, Dracula.
Oh.
Go on, girls. I mean girls. Lift back the coffin.
Mummy! Oh, good. Someone else is doing their party. Go and pull it off. Oh, you're wrong, son.
Come back.
He's never looked as good.
together, let's have a bash. We're all monsters, so let's monster mash.
Yes! I was walking in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld a nearly sight. My monster from the slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
They did the mash.
they did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
They did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash. Now everything's cool. Tracks back of the band.
Mash is a hit in all of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Julia sent you. And you can mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
Then you can mash.
It caught on in a flash.
Then you can mash.
Absolutely brilliant. Listen, you two are stars, and you're a bit too good for my liking, the pair of you. Julia, what was your immediate thoughts when you saw your husband Andrew?
Much time to see him every morning, I'll tell you.
Julia and Andrew, you were both great sports, absolutely wonderful. We really enjoyed ourselves. So you'll be taking home your secret design memento.
But I also feel you've been a vampire all day and you haven't had a bite. Go on, get into the old man there, go on.
One in
the neck.
carry on with that. Join us in a couple of minutes for some more secret desires, if we're still here.